going on, YouTube? This is Willie Licks, aka Master4999. I'm going to be doing something a little different today. It's going to be a review / comparison video. Give a couple shout outs real quick. Danny Handsome, Rasta Guns, Miguel Yaco, Chavo, Mizzy, G-Shock Prince, G-Shock Warrior, TCF, Fur, I forget his Fur, and then it's some numbers, FER, really nice guy. But yeah, so I'm going to do a comparison video and a review, and this is on a Solar Atomic Mudman that I think was released in 2006. And what I have here today, it's also known as the 5i. It's a multi-band 5. It's got 5 circles at the top of it. What I have here today is I have the American one, which is the GW9000a-1. And then I have the Japanese version, which is the GW9000-1JF. And it's this guy. Cooler box. Take this one out too. So I'm gonna show you the differences real quick, and then I'm gonna do a review on one of them because functionality wise they're exactly the same. There's a couple, they're pretty much one different thing on the look of these, so it's pretty hard to tell actually just looking. They look the exact same. So what I'll do, I'll kind of go over the watch a little bit and then I'll show you what the differences are. So as you can see, focus in, it says G-Shock up top, shock resist on the bottom. Then inside the dial, or the face, it says Casio, multi-band 5. And we got our time right under the seconds. It says R.EL, that's for the auto light. Some say R.EL, some say A.EL. I don't know what the difference is. DST, daylight savings time, 9/11 is the date. HML for high, medium, low, that's the charge. On the left you got, bring it up a little closer. Focus on this, it's really weak. Alarm signal snooze. It says water resist 20 bar. And give you a little side view. Give you a little view of the back. So you see it says mud resist and then Mudman. And you got a mole. And he's got two things. He's got a satellite in his right hand, but it looks to our left, and that's because it's telling you that it's a multi-band. This will sync up to the satellites. And then in the other hand, it's got, I don't know what that is exactly, it's something digging into the dirt, kind of saying that this is really a mud-resistant watch. Now before I go into this watch in a little further detail, I'll show you the difference between the Japan version. So once again, the Japan model is called GW9000-1JF, and the American version is GW9000a-1. The only difference on this watch is the bezel going through, or the metal part of the case going through the bezel. On the Japan version, it's black. We're looking like right here and right here, here. So it's metal, but it's like a painted black metal. I like the look of this better because it just kind of matches the watch. They say it looks more stealthy. It would look a lot more stealthy if this had a negative display. I'd like to do that to one of my watches, or this watch in particular, but I'm a klutz when it comes to that kind of stuff, and knowing me, even if I follow directions, I'd probably still F it up. This is the American version. Now you can see it's just silver. So, it doesn't look bad or anything. It took me a long time to even realize there was a difference. A lot of times, especially limited editions, you'll see like the back numbers say something a little different. The watch is exactly the same. It's just the Japan release versus the European release or the U.S. release. They just have a different model number at the end. A lot of times the rest of the world will say like ACR or CR, and the Japan one will say like JF. But otherwise, these watches they're exactly the same. I have a couple of these because I really like wearing these as like an everyday watch. Although I've never worn this one yet. This one's kind of just sitting in my collection. The Japan model is substantially more valuable. Here's the directions too. These are this is for the Japanese one. So it's just a lot of Japanese that I don't know. But yeah, this is for module 3050. And then if we take a look here, yeah, and here's the tag. GW9000a-1. This watch retails for $150. Here's the manual for that. Module 3050 or 3061. This is 3050 because it says it on the back. Show you the functions of this watch a little bit real quick. So up top we got the 5 eyes. I know Chavo did a review of this, but he didn't really go into too much detail about all the functions and everything. But focus. So the middle one's US. The right is the second to the right's Germany. All the way to the right's the UK, and then the left two are both for Japan. So this is right before, this came out in 2006, I believe. This is right before they did the multiband 6s. And I guess Japan just always has 2 satellite towers. So now the buttons are harder to press on this. I've heard of people taking all the resin off or taking the strap and especially the bezel casing and boiling it in a pot for about 15 to 20 minutes, and that softens the buttons up a bunch. But just like I told you with trying to mod this into a negative display, knowing me, I would just screw this watch up. So when you go into your first mode after home timekeeping, you got your secondary time or your world time mode. I got mine at Los Angeles right now. Then we got a stopwatch, I believe. You get your 5-second countdown if you want that. You got a timer. We got, how many alarms do we got? Okay, so we got 5 alarms. One of them's a snooze, I think. I don't think it says it's snooze. I'm not positive. And then we're back to our home time. One other difference on this watch is on the back. See if we can focus in. Hold on. Ugh, come on. Alright, so see how it says GW9000? You can't really see, but right above that, kind of where it's going into the shade from the light, there are small little numbers, which is a serial number. I believe the Japanese version has this, the American version doesn't. Also, another thing, if we look at the case, the back, you can see this little rubber circle around here, and it's got these like little grips that you can see. They go off the watch a little bit. So the point of that is when you're wearing it, it stays above your wrist a little bit. So if you're really like literally using this what it's intended for, like mud in the trenches and all that, it will allow like mud and dirt to go underneath the watch so it just doesn't build up on the sides. Very textured strap. Also underneath, says shock resist right here. You guys can see that. And then on this side it says G-Shock. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's got their doubled strap holes. This is just super comfortable watch. It's got a lot of the functions I like. For an everyday watch, I like stuff that has the auto EL, so I can just flick my wrist up and see what time it is if it's dark out. And I really like having atomic timekeeping on there, so I can I never have to worry about keeping the time all the time. And if you travel, it just switches time zones. So yeah, if you guys have any questions, please just put them in the comments below. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and yeah, if there's anything I missed, just let me know. So this is Willie Licks, aka Master4999, signing off.